you've heard it all said, count your blessings. Well, unless you're a bookkeeper or Count Von Count from Sesame Street, counting alone just isn't that much fun. So I say, celebrate your blessings. That's what we do every Thanksgiving. It's my favorite holiday when you have all of the family togetherness and all of the feasting and none of the stress of the gift giving. It's my opportunity to host my in-laws. And if everybody shows up, it would be about 24 people. So you can figure on at least 20. The trouble is I just don't like to cook. Maybe I wouldn't mind so much if I had, a more efficient workspace and more counter space. Now I know, celebrate your blessings. I get that, and I do. But sometimes as humans, we just want to celebrate a little more stuff, right? So, take for instance my oven. For 23 years, I had the GE Harvest Gold oven. Yes, and from day one, because we had moved in and it was existing, the thermostat was off for about 100, 150 degrees. So I burnt everything right off the bat. But once I was onto it, I went out and got one of those oven thermometers. I was smart, right, and put up with that for a while. An element would go out, we'd replace it. My husband is very frugal. We don't get rid of anything until it's gone. So about a year ago, the thermostat had gone kaput. We had 2 temperatures on and off. So what we would do is turn it on, put the dinner in, watch that store-bought oven thermometer, and when it hit the right temperature, you turn it off and you open the door and you let the heat escape, and we would babysit it the whole time. And I just say, dear, it's time to pull the plug on this thing in a preemptive strike, okay? So I come home from work, and he says to the kids, Mom and I are going for a ride. He doesn't tell me where we're going. We go for a ride and pull into the appliance store parking lot, hot date, right? So he turns off the ignition, and he says, I wanted to surprise you, but I wanted to get your approval on it. Smart man. We go through rows of ranges, and he says, I found one online, but I wanted you to get your okay. And his only criteria was the biggest. So it certainly was big, institutional, as a matter of fact. And I says, it's true, it would work, but it's gleaming white. And, it's the first thing I look at when I walk through our door at home, through the living room, through the kitchen, and I just don't want to come home at the end of the day and say, cook, it's time to cook, I just said, if I could get something a little, prettier, because I like pretty. And I'm an autumn, so I look at in earth tones. So we were walking the aisles, and I found a steely taupe oven. And I said, honey, if it's not too much of a difference, I'd really like this one. Little bit larger, little bit smaller, but not much more money. So I said to the salesperson, okay, just a moment, allow me to demonstrate. We walk over to the one that my husband selected, and I say, okay, I'm cooking, right? It's functional. We walk down the aisle to the steely taupe. I'm cooking. I got the taupe oven. So, day before Thanksgiving, they're going to deliver it. We get our buddy who's a handyman to cut my already small cabinet space and already small counter space to accommodate. He cuts it. The Harvest Gold comes out and plopped in the center of the kitchen. It now, because it was hollow underneath, looks like a Barbie oven. But the next day, here it comes. Well, no, the day before Thanksgiving comes and there's snow, and the appliance store calls and says they're not making deliveries today. So, carry on we will. Get out the cinder blocks, put the oven back into this big hole. And we're going to carry on. It's all right, the turkey's going in the roaster, the veggies are going in the microwave, we'll be good. Thanksgiving Day, first batch of corn, and the microwave goes on the fritz. I'm not kidding you. That's okay. The coils on this thing still work. So I'm over there like Carolyn Ingalls on this little thing, making it, right? It's okay. There's just a little more clutter now because you got the saucepans and the serving dishes because, presentation, okay? So we're just carrying it through, and we're plugging away. So we all get into the living room, and we don't have just the adult and the kid tables. We've got the adult table, the kid table, the preteen table, the young adult table, and the tray tables all over the sofas. It's crowded space. It's kind of like, well, it's kind of like this, okay? And then so we're holding hands. Grandma comes in through the door. We're ready to pray. Everybody's here. She's bearing pies. Of course, there's not enough counter space, so they have to go down into the basement. So my 10-year-old daughter brings the pies downstairs. We're all in a circle, ready to pray around all of these tables, and she comes up crying, "Mommy, Mommy, what is it?" "I dropped a pie on the rug." I crumbled to my knees. I compose myself. I stand back up, and I say, "Don't anybody move. You get in this circle, and we are going to give thanks." And as I squeeze the hand to the person, and to the hand to the right of me and the hand to the left of me, and as that chocolate pudding pie filling was just seeping into the carpet fibers downstairs, we gave thanks for what really mattered. And then we proceeded to celebrate with mildly warm vegetables and one less pie. Praise God, from whom all blessings flow, even the blessings that flow right onto the floor. Thank you very much, and have a blessed Thanksgiving.